Magnolia wanted Brad to wear this. She's still awake tonight. She's been sick this week, so we took a late nap. She didn't wake up till about 5 o'clock today, so she'll be in this one. She's already trying to steal Bluey from Daddy.
And here she comes. Leave it alone, baby. Bluey, you wanted me to wear it, so let me wear it. Hey, go find Donald and Daisy.
Mommy. Where's Donald and Daisy?
No.
You don't know? See, now it's just now giving people the notifications.
Okay. Let's get the comments here. You saying hey to them?
Here, let's see. Look at the camera. Hey, guys.
Okay.
All right.
So, here, you can do that and keep up with the comments.
All right, so we'll kind of go ahead and let you get started. We'll start with the Sonoma topic this week. Kind of go off of, kind of talk on what you thought, what you saw as far as Sonoma. I know we really didn't get to watch any racing or didn't get to watch any, any actual racing footage other than people posting pictures of their cars muddy and their helmets muddy, but other than that.
I don't know. Like I said, I just know that was a hot topic this past weekend while we was going on vacation was the...
Daddy, give her Bluey
You
back.
want Bluey, baby? Here. All right. Go play. Okay, there's your Bluey.
Okay, she's ready.
So the hot topic this past weekend was obviously the track prep at Sonoma. You know, they was expecting a hurricane coming up through the coast there, and you know, I thought it was pretty cool with what they done as far as the tarps. They even brought out a helicopter to help dry it out. You know, that's A for effort. Like I said, I didn't get to see any of the racing to see how it was done, but I know it was quite muddy from some of the pictures I've seen, and like I said, I mean, you don't see that every day, so hats off to those guys.
For sure. Stacy said, hey, Stacy.
Stacy.
Dakota said, good evening, y'all. I hope y'all's 2022 season was good to y'all.
2022 was okay. It was actually, well, I'll say okay. It was actually pretty good. We ended up with, you know, total seven total wins and 7 second place finishes and whatever else we've ended up with. I know the second place finishes to me kill me worse than anything else, but that's my opinion though. So
for sure,
can't complain.
Patrick said kudos to them even attempting what they did.
For sure. I mean, that's you know, it was a big race, so that they would have definitely hurt themselves by not trying. And you know, races like that don't bring the normal competitors around on a weekly basis, so of course they have to do what they had to do.
All right. The next topic is our Blue Ridge trip. So we just posted that video earlier. We went, Friday, we stayed in a cabin. We actually stayed in LJ. We stayed on the Coosawattee River.
Coosawattee River. It was at the Coosawattee River Resort.
Mm-hmm.
We was right on they call it a river, but to me it just looked like a really big creek, a really wide creek. I mean, it really was shallow. I would really like to go back during the warmer months when you can get out in the creek. The cabin we stayed at, like Dallas said in the video, you know, there was fishing rods and inner tubes and all that up underneath the back porch that you could have used. Obviously the big fire pit out back and the swing right there overlooking the river and the creek. All I can see is eyes behind us.
Whatever, just let her.
So we
let her play.
You know, that was quite enjoyable. And then one thing I was wanting to put in the video of the train ride was that we was in Coach 549. Coach 549 was part of the Santa Fe Super Chief, and it was a rail cart that took a lot of celebrities and famous people from Chicago to Los Angeles. And, you know, some of those names that had rode in that coach was You know, people like Red Fox, Lucille Ball,
She's playing the car.
Dwight Eisenhower, Truman. Some pretty big name people there that rode in that cart that we was taking videos of. Magnolia,
It just came off.
get your butt. Go. Go.
Give it to me.
Go.
Oh, we told y'all this would be a little bit more fun episode because
she just broke my air cleaner off.
She did right there, air cleaner. You got this little car here and the air cleaner came off of it. It ain't broke. Give me that. Okay.
Can't have nothing.
Put that up there. Okay. Now she
Can't have nothing.
But anyway, what were you saying?
Nothing. What? I don't even remember now.
They can't see you, baby. But, yeah, it was... Baby. Stop. Anyway, it was a super fun trip. Our cabin was beautiful. And where it was...
The only complaint I had about the cabin is they didn't have the SEC network.
Yeah.
So Saturday night, during the Auburn game, we just had to watch it on our telephone.
Magnolia.
Of course, we could watch all the other major games, but, you know, at the same time, you're in a cabin out in the middle of nowhere. You really can't expect a whole lot. But.
Right. But it was a blast. The Blue Ridge Scenic Railway or train thing, it was fun. I don't know that it's worth the money, but it was fun. It was a thing that everybody should do once. I don't care to do it again. But
one time.
Yeah.
It was worth it.
Yeah, it was. It was. It's just not something you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, let's go do this every year. No. Because it's not. There's not a whole lot to see.
I mean, you start in Blue Ridge and you go up to Copper Hill, Tennessee, and is it McVayville, Georgia?
McKay.
McKayville? Something like that, Georgia.
McKaysville.
McKaysville, yeah.
I think.
So, I mean, and then you get there, and we got there at 12 o'clock in a town that's like 500 people, and you got 550 people getting off a train trying to go find lunch, and you only got 2 hours to get lunch. And so it's, that to me was kind of, yeah. Whatever.
Yeah, it took us a minute just to find somewhere that could accommodate us.
I enjoyed the history side of things. You know, like the what was the name of that river? You said it earlier. I can't say it.
The Toccoa.
Toccoa River.
And then it turned into the Ocoee once it went across Tennessee.
Yes. So during the trip up there, you get to see where, like, there's an Indian fish trap there that they estimated to be like 500 years old, and
that was probably the coolest thing.
I mean, there was all kinds of history stuff, so that was my side of things. I know you don't care nothing about that stuff, but yeah, I thought it was.
It was cool. That part of it was cool. Okay, so let's see here. Somebody said, "Enjoy the content. Keep on keeping on." Thank you so much. We're trying to get content out all season. Sometimes it can be a little bit tricky. But we are camping next weekend at River Rocks Landing. We've camped there before. We actually camped there last. And they have Christmas lights this coming week. So we'll have a video coming out about that at some point. But we're camping Wednesday through Sunday. So we'll have a video coming out about that in the next week or so. Or next 2 weeks. Because that's next week. Anyway. Somebody said, what's your plans for the off season?
Wing it. I'm not really sure. You know, we obviously we need to get started back on the car and getting everything freshened up. Our next step on the race car will be to sending the starters off, getting them freshened up. Once we get those back, we already got the rack back. I don't know if you guys have seen that in the last video, but we done got the rack back. Rick said there wasn't any major issues with it, but he did go ahead and freshen it up. Told me a couple other things to check on as far as the vibration that I was feeling and what it possibly could be. So we're going to check that as well. Get the starter sent off and then start moving towards the back of the car as far as freshening things up, such as the rear end and heims and, you know, whatnot. So that's I mean, we got till March to do it. March, April-ish. So it's no big hurry. We're just trying to kind of relax a little bit, spend a little time. We're going to enjoy some time in the camper this coming up weekend or next weekend, and go from there. We need to work on the hot rod, the rat rod. We need to work on.
And our plans next year, we really don't. No matter which way we go motor wise, we don't really have any plans that we don't really want to chase any series or any track championships or anything like that. We just kind of want to race when we want to race and enjoy racing. Because when you're trying to follow a series or follow a track, it just gets to where it's a lot of work. So we want to get back to enjoying it more. Somebody said, how many gallons of fuel do you use if you have to run a beam main, then run the feature?
I'm not sure. We don't really typically run B mains. I guess you could call that a heat race, though. You start the night, and once you go out, you hot lap. So you get 2 to 4 laps maybe, and then a 6 to 8 lap heat race, and then a 25 to 30 lap feature. You're going to burn about 10 gallons roughly, 7 to 10 gallons. So.
She's coming full sprint. Sorry if it sounds like there's an elephant running. This camera makes everything that much louder. Y'all ever raced at Sonoma?
We went twice this past year. First night we had engine problems. It was really spark plug problems. We just kind of made a couple laps just to get some starting money and pulled off. And then the second night we went, we was terrible. I was terrible. Got a lot of learning to do over there, but we will definitely be back over there and definitely try it again. So we just didn't get back this year because of fuel prices.
Oh gosh. Somebody said you already did your show and never got alert. What's going on YouTube? No, we're still live. We're still on here. We actually just started 12 minutes ago, so we're still live. I don't know what's going on. YouTube, Facebook, all of it's been a little bit weird the last couple of days for me, so it could just be a social media type deal. Somebody said, "What's up, guys? Love the videos."
Thank you.
Somebody said, "Ever thought about racing a sprint? If so, 4, 10, or..."
Shot. I'd like to make practice laps in one, just to see what it's like. Obviously, the one sitting beside me is over there making faces and shaking her head because she don't want me to. But I mean, I wouldn't mind giving it a shot.
I didn't say I don't prefer a sprint car because to me, which somebody did make a good point the other day. I said they flip too much, and he was like, "Well, really, anything can flip, and they do, but it seems like sprint cars in particular flip so much more. Like if they come to Talladega every time, you're gonna have 2 and 3 flip every night."
That's because they're open wheel cars. I mean, you make wheel to wheel contact.
I don't like that. Okay.
I would give it a try.
He would try anything. He don't care if it has 4 wheels.
4, not 2.
He's good. He will try, and he's always what's gotta go like while we're on this subject. What's some classes that you've always kind of thought would be cool to race?
I've always thought the modifieds, just the small tires. You don't have a lot of grip. I think the racing is great in modifieds, whether it be, like a IMCA type where you can have good motors, or like the Crate USA deal where you got 3-link rear suspensions and crate motors. I mean, I feel like that's some of the best racing, along with the street stocks. The 8-inch tires on the street stocks. So, I think any of those classes right there. I mean, 4 wheels, I don't care. I like it.
I think what I've always kind of heard you talk about more, which the modifieds has kind of been something that was phased out over the last...
They recently just came back to
the last 10 years, like literally 2 years ago maybe. The modifieds started coming back.
It's growing quickly. I know I've been seeing on Facebook there's 2 modified series. Well, I think there was 1 modified series that started up this past year.
Yeah.
And they had good results. And now I think I've seen another modified series coming along for next year. And I think the first race for it's the Ice Bowl. If I'm not mistaken.
And then you've got the crate. So
Yeah,
you technically have 3 modifieds.
It's growing, and obviously it needs to. You know, I mean they're good racing. They always have good car counts, and it's growing.
Talking about those, I wish we had more street stock, like sanctioned stuff, and all you got around here is crate racing. Like the modifieds, how you have several. That's the thing, like street stocks, they don't even race anymore, do they? It's just like big races.
Yeah.
But which they did, the car count got really low with the street stocks around here. But like Tennessee and places like that, they still have great car counts. Mm-hmm. Another thing that would be awesome to see more, because all there is a Topless Outlaw series with a limited sportsman cars.
Maybe like a Topless South or something. I don't know.
We need something.
And I mean, I know that's easy to sit here and talk about doing. We've actually sat around and talked about it to each other. You know, like what would it take to start something like that up? And I mean, obviously, it boils down to funding and sponsorships and all of that good stuff. So it'd be cool to see like a limited late model or a sportsman type series around here get started up to where you can run it. You know, like within 2 or 3 hours of the house. Boyd's, Talladega, ECM, you know, Buckshot, some of those places around here, and I think it'd be pretty cool to do that and have some good money races for that class. So
and kind of adopt topless rules but modify, not completely, but not.
Yeah, don't copy them, but
right, definitely not Talladega rules because we don't. That definitely needs to be opened up because you're just so limited.
Right. Well, I mean, even when you go to those other tracks, you're limited.
Right.
The tracks that I just named off. So.
Right. And there's so many people that don't have limited cars or are getting out of limited cars just because of the sole fact of you can't run anywhere, and even supers. I mean, I've seen a super race every Saturday night. Talladega used to, but when your car count is 6 and 7 supercars a week. You got to make a business decision, and they had to make a business decision and eliminate those.
I saw a guy on YouTube talking about, you know, maybe starting a new class or series. I'm not sure what he was getting at, but just taking old LS motors. You know, you can get a steel block LS motor from a junkyard, and he had the facts and all that, and it was like $700 to $900. Then, you know, put a new set of pistons in it, water pumps, etc. You know, you got a race motor for $2,000 or $3,000, and you know, you can build it yourself. So, the only problem with that is, in my opinion, is I feel like tracks already have too many classes.
Yeah, for sure.
So, adding another class, I just don't feel like is the answer.
Right.
You know, maybe if tracks done, and I think Mountain View did it, I'm not sure if they still do it, but rotate classes. You know, like the first year they ran, they would run their late model class, but they wouldn't run 604s. But 604s could run the late models.
Which was not exactly.
To live. The very next week, you know, the late models would run and the crates wouldn't, or vice versa, you know. So I think that's something that tracks could look at. Once again, though, it's obvious. It's easy for me to say that sitting right here not doing it. So. You know, maybe tracks have other reasons behind that. I don't know.
Right. Are you going to come north and race? We are in Indy.
I'm not sure. I got a buddy up around Brownstown though, and I've always wanted to go up there and race with them, and I've always wanted to go to Brownstown, and he's always tried to tell me to get up there, but that's a pretty good haul for us. So you know, probably not anytime soon, but. That is one place I'd like to go one day.
Carly Robinson, I love all the videos. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Roger Sloan, hey y'all. Hey Roger. Patrick said, only problem with that is getting Talladega to change the rules so you wouldn't have to have 2 motors.
Not necessarily. I mean, they was going to run the Topless series this coming up year, so I mean, obviously they can make special amendments to allow those rules, but you know. I don't know. Like I said, there's a lot that would go into that and everything, so I'm probably not the smartest one to do that. So.
Right. Have y'all ever been in an XR or Southern All-Star or any racing organization?
We've never ran with the XR deal. We have ran with the Southern
No.
All-Stars a handful of times. We've never ran it with a true super late model engine or anything like that. We've always just ran our steelhead motor against them. We went up to Thunderhill in Tennessee and ran with the Southern All-Stars one time. We obviously, when they would come to Talladega and have the 10,000 win races and all that, we'd jump up and run with them as well. And I believe we pretty much made the show every time we've tried to run with them. Might be one or two that we didn't make. I know we tried to run with the Ironman series this past year at Talladega, and we was having issues with the car and just did not have a good night that night, so we didn't make the show there. But we do enjoy jumping up and running with those guys occasionally. You telling them, hey, baby?
That's right, so she can see.
Say hey. Hey. Tell them hey. Say thanks for watching.
Watching. She don't understand that you guys can't see her.
No, ma'am. Leave it alone.
Anyway, we're probably going to keep this pretty short and sweet tonight just because we are dealing with just a little bit different with her being a part of it. So we're going to try to keep it
that
short.
And she's been sick all week. So
yeah,
she got sick and not feeling good, I guess, Sunday night into Monday morning.
Yeah, she's running a low-grade fever Monday, and that's just kind of...
So we've been dealing with that. And all three of us hadn't got much sleep this week, so we're going to try to... She's feeling much better right now. That's the main thing, and we're going to try to get her to bed a little early tonight, and hopefully all three of us can get a little bit of sleep.
Do you have to run different tires at different tracks?
Yes, I mean, it just depends on where they're winter light. It depends on where you go and of course what class you're going to run. A lot of the tracks run like a Hoosier only. Some tracks allow you to run American racers or Hoosiers. It just depends on what it just depends on where you're going and what you're trying to accomplish.
Okay. Give me just a second. See.
There was a comment popped up, but I couldn't read it quick enough. You're not in the camera.
Oh. Somebody said, so Precious. Somebody said, hey to the boss.
Yeah, she's the boss.
She is right. Precious, and she absolutely 110% is the boss. Looked at her and said, no, couch, now. So you do what Maggie wants you to do. But anyway, somebody said, if you don't mind me asking, how many races have you won in earnings this year?
This year we won 7.
The earnings will hurt your feelings.
5 of those races paid $600 to win, so that's $3,000. One of the races won $1,500, so that's $45. And the race at ECM, I think it paid $750, so that's a little over $5,000. So somewhere a little over $5,000 just in winnings as far as first place finishes. The rest of the finishes, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Stephen Johnson, Brownstown is one of the best tracks in Indiana. You put a question mark with that, Stephen. Are you asking me that, or I'm not sure. I mean, that's just one track that I know right off the top of my head. And like I said, I've got a buddy up there, and he always talks highly of it. So, I'm not sure as far as is it the best or not. I'm not sure.
All right. So, I think that's, unless you guys have any more questions, we're going to go ahead and start wrapping this up.
Keeping it short and sweet tonight. Maggie's now got her phone and she's videoing you guys. It's just an old phone we had laying around, and she thinks she can. Hey, tell them hello. Say hello. Hello. So.
Here, get her up for a second. She wants to. You want to sit Mommy's lap and talk to them? Oh, say hey guys.
I've never been to Eldora. We let's see, Flixidity. Is that how you say that?
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure.
Said, ever been to Eldora or any track like that? I've never been to Eldora.
Bye-bye.
Never been to Eldora. I would love to, obviously. We've been to Charlotte and watched. I wouldn't mind going back there. But
Bye-bye.
I guess the biggest track we've ever been to would be Thunder Hill.
Bye-bye.
So,
Okay.
as far as the biggest and the fastest. Charlie said, have a great Thanksgiving. Thank you, Charlie. You as well.
Bye-bye.
Oh, Carly, I'm sorry. I can't read.
Bye-bye.
Chris said, what's up, guys? Glad I didn't miss your live.
Bye-bye.
Watching every week, watch every video. Thanks, Chris. We appreciate it. We're going to continue to do these for probably most of the off season, if not into the racing season as well. Just have to see how it goes as far as how everything plays out and how much time we have, and we may have to change the days up and whatever. But
Speaking of days, it will be changed next week.
Yeah,
Next
next
week we'll
week
be
will be-
going live on Tuesday at 8:45 instead of Wednesday. So we're just gonna move it up a day because we are camping Wednesday. So
same time, just different day.
but we could always do it at the campground, but
Yay.
Well,
Just
the
never-
service
you
wasn't
just
that great.
never know how service is.
Yay.
Yeah.
Tuesday, you tell them, baby. Tuesday.
Good job. Give me 5. Can you give me 5?
Good day 5.
Oh, you little turd. All right. Tell them bye-bye. Say night-night. Night-night and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Appreciate you guys watching. Y'all have a great night. Great rest of the week. Is there another we ain't got another video yet, do we?
Mm-mm,
Okay,
no.
so video posted tonight.
Bye-bye.
We'll try to get out in the shop a little bit later in this week and try to get some more footage and maybe have you guys another video
Bye-bye.
this weekend before the next live video. So appreciate you guys watching. Y'all have a great rest of the night.